Man, oh man, oh man. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got the 2015 Chevy Cruze. Got a 1.8. Nothing wrong with it. No check engine light. It just needs some regular maintenance. And I can't remember last time I documented doing a time built order pump or anything. And this does have a technical service bulletin out on some of the oil leaks behind time belt. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't check that. The customer did give me the okay to go ahead and do all the maintenance from the time belt water pump, and it does need a valve cover gasket, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the air filter, check that. I'm gonna replace that also. And the other thing that I am going to replace is the oil control valves. Those two solenoids if I'm doing all this other stuff. And I'm concerned that I might put something lower quality in there because they're working, but the car does have over 100,000. So it's just one of those ongoing dilemmas. Do you replace it or do you leave it? This is not what I need. I need a flat head. So I'm gonna work on pulling this air box off. This car has been sitting overnight. It's about 40, well, it's 38 degrees in here. I just had the heat running. Had the heat running for a little bit. I want to break this. I was thinking maybe I should have let the engine run for a little bit before I... Put some lube on there next time so we don't have that problem. So yeah, I'm gonna clean the throttle body, clean everything. I might have to do a relearn procedure. Worst case scenario. Now this is supposed to be like a really easy time build. It reminds me of what was the Forenzas? This is not going to be that. I don't even know what goes in there. I don't know if it's an 8. Yeah, it's 8mm. The Forenza, Suzuki Forenza is real easy. Now, what I'm looking for is an oil leak from the DVT gear. That is not what's supposed to go on there. I did not know that was inverted, so I'm gonna have to change up. It worked though, it wasn't on that tight. That was completely unintentional. These are inverted bits. I saw them on there, but I didn't think of it. That was when I get the appropriate. So the TSB states that these could potentially leak on the gears here. And there's no oil. There's no oil leaking. It's just the regular basic maintenance that needs to be done. And that's what we're going to do. So from what I understand, it can leak behind the gear here, or oil actuates the timing. So we're good. This is just going to be a basic replacement. Clean my work up and send it on out the way. Cut and dry. I'm not going to make this more complicated than what it is. And I got a feeling that I'm making it complicated because I'm changing the oil control valves and they just don't need to be replaced. I don't know. I want to pull them out. I'll inspect them. And who knows if I'm doing something right or not. I don't know. That's just the problem with these aftermarket parts. So I'm gonna take my air gun and just blow everything off, so I get the area cleaned up pretty good. And again, the valve cover don't have to come off due to time belt. I'm changing the valve cover and the spark plugs. So I'm taking the wheel well cover out, just some fasteners and a T20. That's all I use, and a tool to get the fasteners out. But man, they got a lot of self-tapping screws in there. And yeah, so I'm not sure what happened before, but I'll work on that when I get it back in. So right now we're looking at harmonic balancer, AC compressor, and accessory bracket, the tensioner. So I'm gonna pull that. I'm gonna get everything at top dead center first and make my marks on the cams here, see where they line up at. And then I'll work on getting everything pulled down. All I gotta do is take the motor mount bracket out. I'm gonna put a jack under the engine, get it supported. And but it's supposedly a special tool you have to use to lock the cams and the crank in. So I'm gonna see if I can achieve this without having to do that by making some old-fashioned marks. That's the plan. So let me get to it. All right, got my area cleaned up as good as I'm gonna get it right now. I'm gonna work on getting the motor mount out. I got the engine supported with the jack. So let's work on pulling this mount out. Here we go. 15 millimeter. Keep all those together. Lift it up a little more. All these bolts to the top goes to the mount bracket is the same size. All right. Have to clean that area up a little bit. We're gonna take the number one out. I know some people hate that, which is totally fine with me. I fired myself like several times. Let's see how number one plug look. It's worn out. Got some compression seeping through the porcelain here. And yeah, wait, let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, it's worn out a little bit. I don't know. That light's gonna distort the detail. Look like it got a little bit of oil consumption on here because it's clouded a little bit. Got some carbon buildup on there, but just it's eating oil. Looks like it's probably through the pistons, but nothing bad. It looks really good though. I won't complain about it. Not at all. Tuck you back here and keep that bungee up there. So let's get this to number one. See if all the marks lined up. So there's no marks on the timing cover that I know of. I need to look back at Identifix. I'll likely just wait. Am I at top dead center already? Nope. Okay, I'm close. Look like I'm real close. Rotate the crank. I gotta figure out which socket goes on the crank. Yeah, the first one I pulled out, it is a E18. That was totally unintentional. Go forward and hit that top dead center. There's some marks of 14 and I don't know, some marks around here. I see some dots here, so I need to go. There's a dot here and a dot here, so I probably need to go another revolution. Let me look at the crankshaft. If there's any marks on here, I probably gotta pull the belt off to make certain, but I want to get those marks together, because that's what logically makes sense. The dots should be together, not opposing. Okay, so now I got the dots facing each other. I'm gonna put some whiteout marks there too. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even pressing the record button. So I got my timing marks here. This one's protruding, the intake, and the exhaust is concave. It's indented. So what I could do is also make some additional timing marks at the top there. I just got to get a straight edge. But it look like we're lined up. I could also count the teeth just to be on the safe side if I want to. But I'm gonna pull everything down at the bottom, take the tensioner off, take the mount bracket off, and I should have clear access to that timing belt. See if I can jack this motor up a little bit more. All right, let's start this process. Hope it's 15. These motors are typically, Chevy is really good at being user friendly. I'm looking for this. Yes, I do. Like I say, Chevy's really good, man, when it comes to ease of access. They just make crap products. But this is, I'll fight with this belt later. I'm gonna replace this belt too. I'll look at that belt diagram later. All right, let's get this mount bracket off. It's 15 millimeter. I know I'm taking a long route. I just want to crack them loose. I totally use this in an inappropriate manner. I tried to run it off with brute force, but yeah, this will break this really easy. I've been through so many of these power sport drivers, it's ridiculous. But I think this last one breaks out of the warranty. I'm just gonna get a whole different brand. I just can't keep going through it anymore. What in the world? All right, take this out, and we're okay. There we go. Y'all go together. Here we are, moving along. These plastic covers are extremely cheap feeling. I can promise you that. E10 for the back here to get this timing cover. These bolts off, they're on the side. Driver and its inability to torque these bolts out is definitely a sign of age. Oh, do I have, what did I miss? Feel like it's something else over there and I'm missing it. Maybe I gotta lift up on it. No. Maybe. Okay, look like it's got these tabs in there. Pull this. Damn. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's It's so fragile, man, and it's just that was my fault, I guess. Dang it. So hopefully when I put it back, the top should keep this retained. And this bolt, I thought it was I need to pull that bolt off on the side. I was totally wrong. It was just some quick clips on here. Should have snapped off. I was totally wrong on that one. I'll put that back where it belongs and proceed with this tear down. Next, I'm gonna pull this tensioner off because that looks like it's blocking the way. Look like there's one inverted bit down here at the bottom. Hopefully it's a E something, which I'm pretty sure it is. Not going to be an E10. I can promise you that. It feels larger. These inverted sockets are so funny. I got an E14 for this tensioner. It feels like I could slide an E16 over there very comfortably. So I'm gonna use this E14 because it feels snug. It's like you want to work your way from the top and then see what fits on there. Because if it goes on, don't mean it's right. But you know, you got a little wiggle room with these inverted bits. You know, also with these inverted bits, if you have like a strip bolt, a good resource to have in your arsenal in case you get like a strip bolt, you can use the inverted socket to help get strip bolts off. I've done that before in the past too. Let's see if I can fit this down in there. Come on, Chevy. Don't let me down. Oh shoot, that's the wrong way. What we got? Okay, yep. Oh, about to fall off. All right, there we go. Here's the tensioner. Here's the inverted head here. Like I said, the E14 fits on there really good. So that's going there. Now we have, I can see these bolts here. They go to our top timing cover, the lower part of the timing cover of the crank. And okay, we have a timing mark here for top dead center. Looked like there was a white out mark on the crank. Let me show you that. So there's a white out mark here. I don't know if somebody put that in there, if it's from the factory, but I'm gonna enhance that and put another white out mark on there also for my reference. And pull that crank pulley off, and we'll start doing this timing belt. Easy breezy. Beautiful cover girl. Where's my pen? I had my mechanic pen somewhere. Oh, here we go. Easy breezy, beautiful. Anybody remember that commercial? That's an ugly mark too. I should have, like, if you want to be precise, put some tape there because that's gonna be a straight edge, and just put some white out there. But it's fine. I think I'm okay. I probably could do that with this one too. Lay some tape over it and then drape it down. Let's try that. It's just a trial thing. I got some brake cleaner on here. I'm just gonna see how well this works. Just to see what happened. I mean, I already got marks on the front here. Just curious. I mean, I need to get on a tooth, though. So just curious, like, you know, we drape it down where our timing mark end up. I don't think this tape is going anywhere. And I clean the area off with really good with brake cleaner. So I got the bolt broke loose for the harmonic balancer. I took it off with my 1/2" impact gun. I just had to get a reducer from a 1/2 to a 3/4. There you go. That's my, no. Yeah, I had I said 1/2". Yeah, 1/2" to 3/4. 1/2" to 3/8. So here's our crank pulley. It does have an indication on it. I'm overlooking it. I'm looking through things. There's our top dead center mark right there, so I can back it up a little bit. I'll probably do that. Let me put the bolt back in there. I'm tripping. Uh-oh. There's our green mark down at the bottom. So there's our top dead center mark. I can back off and line that up like it's supposed to, then I can redo my marks that I made originally. Let me do that. It's just hard to get like perfect. Where's my, okay. But mainly, okay, there we go. Just incrementally, booyah. Yeah, that looks, it's like, look like it's just like a hair off. Let me see what my marks are up here. You know, I could redo them. You know, marks here, they're off slightly. Like I said, I could probably just and likely because the time belt's probably slightly worn too. You know, so when I put everything back, it's just gonna let shit line up fine. That didn't sound too attractive. Wait, am I right though? Look like I am. That mark. Let me mess around with it while I can get it somewhere comfortable. I should just look up what the factory specs are. I need to do that. Let me do that. All right, I got my time marks just redone. Now it's supposed to be offset like that. And I'll show you how that looks from my Denafix. But I just reposition this tape here and got it marked up again. So this is just something for reference purposes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run and go get my parts and come back and get everything installed in reverse order. Now, honestly, if I wasn't filming, I probably would have been snatched everything off by now. So we just got 1, 2, 3, 4 inverted 10 bits we gotta pull off. So once we get those bolts removed, then we can just start pulling off the timing belt and stuff and get everything installed in reverse order. Alrighty, so I got a tensioner idler exposed. Now this tensioner is supposed to have like a preset amount of tension, and so what I'm gonna do, it looks like, let me see if I get some of these are okay. I can put that in there. This is a T40 that fits in there, the base of the tensioner. If I can move that. So that moves that far. Just kind of get an idea. Like a T45 might go in there. It felt a little loose, but it held. Look at the angles here. It's got the 2 dots at the top and the large one at the bottom for the adjuster. Oh shoot, I'm messing up everything. That's facing about a 5 o'clock position, pointing down. So let's see if I can remember that. Facing the 5 o'clock position. See what happens when I loosen this. This off of here. Pull the idler off. I don't know if I can. Check this out later. There's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing this, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously I'm doing it the wrong way. Something like this I'm gonna take my time with. That's why I made like marks. Get this off of there. So like a couple marks on the timing component and triple check to make sure I was in the right area. Even this tape probably won't do much. I just still rather be safe than sorry. If I know this is gonna flip, feels like, yep. No big deal because we have a timing mark. I'm gonna get this bottom part off. Okay, it slid right off of there. One thing I didn't do was count the teeth, and that'll probably been wise to do. So I'm gonna pull my idler and tensioner off and replace it with the kit that I got. I'm gonna show you that. Tensioner. Idler. So the part that I got was, you know, I frequently patronize O'Reilly's, but I wound up going to AutoZone because O'Reilly's didn't have what I needed in stock. So this is the kit number, and this is what it came with. It came with the idler and the tensioner. And it came with the water pump. Water pump's ears and the belt. So hopefully this belt's of good quality and it'll last a while. The parts look really good, so I think we should be fine. So comparing these two, we have a indicator at the tensioner, and they match pretty well. The original part is made in Canada. Oh shoot, wow, this is made in Canada too. One of the parts, so this is the thing, man, and I've been really questioning, I'm not trying to say I want to leave O'Reilly's, but this is a Duralast product but with factory brand stuff. So I mean, I don't know what to say about that, man. They've been really coming around, saving me in a lot of situations, and this is just icing on the cake, man. I'm not saying I want to leave my store, but it's just not looking good, man, from the part quality I've been getting. And if you look at my videos, you kind of understand. but it's Litums, Li was, I think I said that right. Yeah, and it's the same. This is an OEM old. This is a OEM. This is a new product. Crazy. If I start having a lot more success, man, you kind of get the idea. I hate to do it, but man, I don't like having comebacks, and nobody do. You see, these are old. I mean, the grease is starting to push out. And one of the guys did say, you know, even though our brand, our house brand may be on there, it's been OEM quality products, and that's outstanding. It is. At least it offers me a little bit of confidence when it comes to getting these parts. Because again, I don't want to put this stuff back on. I don't want to do this twice. All right, I'm gonna put this tensioner. It's weird. I don't know why they just don't give you like just regular torque specs. So the idler and the tensioner has the same foot poundage. So the first torque is gonna be 15 foot-pounds. Oh shoot, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I had the wrong one. That was not the right one. It's gonna be 15 foot-pounds. And then and then 130 foot-pounds. So you're supposed to do 120 and then like additional 15 or something like that. So I'm just gonna do 130, which is crazy. I'm like, why just not give you the normal foot-pounds? I don't understand what I gotta be like. So technically, you're probably supposed to replace these things because they're torque to yield. I'm gonna mark the idler and mark the idler, and it's got a mark on here already as is, because so 180 will be the complete opposite, and I can just go like slightly before that, just to kind of guess. I'm not putting the whole degree wheel on or anything. That's about right. Cool. And let's get the tensioner on there. There's a notch down here at the bottom, that little code. So that's where I'll be putting this tensioner. It fits right on in there. Let me be honest, I really don't think that the torque is very important. I know it's like people gonna have mixed feelings about it, but I don't think it's that serious. Because I mean, you snug it tight, it's not going anywhere. Just logically, I mean, it's a torque to feel. I think torque to feel would work just fine. So I can simply tighten this up because this housing's not going to move. So when I put the belt on there, now I can just pull it back because it seems like it's just going to have its own automatic tension. Because the housing doesn't move. The back isn't going to move. That spring-loaded portion will. So I think I did this right, putting this on in this sequence. Let me put the belt on. I wish it was like Toyota and had marks on here. That would have been cool. I probably could have made marks on the belt that correspond with what I took off or what I'm putting on and matched them up that way. I got lazy. I don't feel like counting. That was my fault. Alright, it's a pain in the ass to get this belt on here, so I'm gonna try sliding this plastic in there, and I don't have the special tools for it. Okay, there you go. I just took my plastic, slid it on there, and I did not, that was my fault. I used the incorrect size, but it's holding. So once I got the timing, the tension on here, it's like it's lining up just fine. This belt tight as hell too. This belt tight. If I need to get it on the crank a lot better. And I'm lined up on the crank. I'm satisfied with what I got. Looks like it's the tape and everything's lined up, so I think we're good. I need to tighten. Where is my torque wrench? I put it down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in front of my face. Alright, so I need to make sure this is tight. I need to do an additional 130 also. So we're going to do a 0 degree mark. We're going to go around about 180. It's close. That thing coming off. That thing on there tight. Alright, it's a pain in the ass to get this belt on here, so I'm gonna try sliding this plastic in there, and I don't have obviously I don't have the special tools for it. Uh-oh. Gosh. There you go. Okay, there you go. I just took my plastic, slid it on there, and I did not, that was my fault. I used the incorrect size, but it's holding. So once I got the timing, the tension on here, it's like it's lining up just fine. This belt tight as hell too. This belt tight. If I need to get it on the crank a lot better. And I'm lined up on the crank. I'm satisfied with what I got. Looks like it's the tape and everything's lined up, so I think we're good. I need to tighten. Where is my torque wrench? I put it down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in front of my face. Alright, so I need to make sure this is tight. I need to do an additional 130 also. So we're going to do a 0 degree mark. We're going to go around about 180. It's close. That thing coming off. That thing on there tight. I'm gonna pull these plugs so I can get it to rotate easier. I still gotta change them anyway. Rotate the crank and see if it lines back up in the same spot. Because I mean, the cams are lined up. I mean, I gotta blame the variable beam because it's not fixed. I expect these to be perfect. I mean, especially again because the old time belt stretched. I'll take that into consideration. I'm satisfied with it. I gotta test drive it anyway, so I'll know if any code come back. I'll let you know. But I'm gonna let this ride out. I'm gonna let this ride out like it is. I'm gonna change the water pump. Not gonna document that because it's a lot already as it is. And I know I'm gonna make a mess. I mean, you just got these 3 bolts here, and then you take off the bolts going around the housing, which look like E10 separated, and then replace it. Everything in reverse order. The water pump is really cut and dry. Very simple. So like a 45, a T45, and then the E10 in the back. Take a look at, I got the valve cover loose. I'm gonna take a gander at this. I don't know why I'm putting this up here. I don't know why. All right. See if I think I got all the bolts out. 1, 2, 3. No. Okay. Let's see. I get this flathead right in the corner. I don't wanna screw anything up. I know I got all the bolts out. I know I do. I just don't wanna. There's a corner right here I could pry on. Look. Darnation. Whatever I'm doing, I'm pretty sure it's not a good idea. I mean, I gotta change the gasket anyway, so I mean, I probably could just hit the corner. Imagine. Oh shoot, what did I hit? Ah, golly. Good job. This thing with these plastic, and you just gradually touch stuff and it break it. Man. I think I nicked that corner. I know I got everything off. It's crazy, man, as glued as this thing is to this head, it's leaking. See, that's how you get you with all this plastic stuff. He's got some more surface area to it. Probably a special way that I don't know about. Let's see if I can get this corner. Ooh, hit my finger too. My finger got wedged in the side right there. That feel good. Kind of like that smell. It smells like all the oil. All right. I feel like it's wedged in the back. Everything's loose. It is seized up. It is bonded so well in the back here. What am I missing? That is literally, everything is loose. I'm gonna crack it. Oh man, here we go. Whew. That's scary. That gasket was on there really good, and it's hard too. Yeah. Make sure this stuff don't fall in there. It's a hell of a bond. Stronger than my relationships. Yeah. All right, she is cleaned all the way up. And I'm just gonna throw this gasket on here. Got my brake cleaner in there. Hopefully I don't drop any bolts. Look like they're all steady in there. I gotta get some glue to put in those corners. So, wait a minute. Oh, I would say, where are those center ones at? I forgot they go with the coil. Looking for a loop. This gasket feel a lot better than the 1.4 turbos, because those things are just straight up flimsy. You put them things on there, man, they will not sit. It will not sit. So you get the entire valve cover. Hopefully you have a better chance of the gasket seating properly. This right here is like 10 times better. Oh yeah, it's a lot better. It doesn't protrude so far, and it's a lot stiffer. Maybe it's just the quality of gasket. This is AutoZone stuff, you know, and I didn't get O'Reilly's brand, but it's still a Fel-Pro. So O'Reilly's do sell Fel-Pro product. Don't know. I doubt that they'll get like an inferior brand that's the same brand. So what do I know? What do I know? All right, we're gonna put some RTV in that corner here and here. Then we'll throw that gasket and the valve cover back on there. Here we go. It's so much better. On. The middle one in there first, and I'll start running them down. All right, for those, I'm not a liar. Oh shoot, I got it. Torpedo heater, come on. So I had a car that came in yesterday. It was a 2.4 engine, and the impact gun, the driver got me. It wasn't, well, yeah, it was the impact gun. It was this one. I go to run the VVT actuator in there, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Long story short, I cross-threaded the bolt. So luckily I have Healy coils laying around, so I did drill it out and put a Healy coil in there. So problem solved. So, but it was just that 1 out of 100 time running the screws or bolts in there with the driver, the impact gun, got to me. And I knew I did something wrong. I knew I did it. I didn't stop. I saw it through. And you know what? I fixed my problem. So that's the difference between some of those people on here and me. At least I can fix what I break. All right, now we need to run them in there a lot better and put the spark plugs in. The valve cover needed to be torqued down to 71 inch-pounds, and that equated somewhere around like 9 foot-pounds. So I just took a 1/4 inch and snugged them down. So that was like, you can't break anything with a small stubby 1/4 inch. All right, let the haters hate, because guess what I'm about to do. Look at that. Oop. looking for. In front of my face. I know, like Scotty Kilmore would. He said, well, you put the plugs in there, then you let the car run, then you retort the plugs. Now, in the world, do that? That's just lunacy. Ain't no way in the world. Got the bug juice on the coils, so that's there. They're not going to seize on there. Connector in the back, this back, these back. Locks in there, cool. So everything's buttoned up. This hose go to the PCV system that's hooked up. Got the actuators hooked up. Coil plugs are in there. And I still got to do the water pump. So I do need to see if it runs fine and if it generates a code, because I could always just put the water pump on there tomorrow. That's not a big deal. So let me start it up. I'm just curious. It's gonna run like crap initially because I got brake cleaner in there, new actuators. I just want to stuff this on top. I did say I was going to lubricate this top, didn't I? I said that, and I did do it. Just gonna put some dielectric grease on there. It's not gonna make a difference because it's not turbo, so it's not gonna hurt anything. Cause any leaks, it's just gonna make it prevent it from seizing up on there. Why is this being so uncooperative? Okay, there we go. I just need to sit in that spot. Oh, where's my mass airflow wire? Oh, gosh. Darn it. Oh, there we go. Things in front of my face. I'm just gonna kick it over, let it run for a minute, shut it down. So we got the harmonic balancer tight, time belt, all that stuff is tight. Okay, I think we're good. That sounds good. I knew that belt was gonna have a little noise because that thing is tight as hell. I'm gonna let it run for a minute, see if a code generate. If not, I'm gonna carry on with the replacement for the water pump. Whew, man, that stuff stinks. That brake cleaner stink. All right, let me pull this off. I let the vehicle run. Most crank relearn procedures, you just rev the engine up and like do a snap throttle. That's still hard. Oh gosh, that was heavy. That did not work out at all. That's most crank relearns. You just snap the throttle and it'll do a relearn. No codes came out when I did that, so I'm cool. I'm gonna carry on with the water pump. And hopefully I'll be done in about 40 minutes. Got to put the wheel well covers back in, and that's the boring part, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna rush through that and take it on a test drive. All right, it was about like another hour later. I checked the air filter. The air filter looked good. That's a good filter element. I got the oil. I know is fine. I let it run. I let the coolant circulate. That's good. The heat's working. The water pump, that's knocked out. Now I will say the only hard thing is it was just having to clear this frame and the water pump Torx bolt. I think they were like a T45 is what it felt like. So it's just not that fun and getting the water pump out. You got to have something stubby enough to get in there. And I used. I put it up. This is what I use right here. You can put a Torx bit head in here, and you can get in real tight place. So I got this from O'Reilly's. They sell them. I don't know I was covering myself up, but I got this from O'Reilly's. They sell these like in the little center caps. You can pick these up for pretty cheap. You can fit the adapters in there. So that's what I was able to use. Again, labor time for the water pump, 1 hour. Labor time for the time belt, 2 hours. Valve cover, 1 hour. I mean, I haven't pulled this particular motor down, but some of the other ones, the 2.4s, these are very easy to service. It's not hard at all. Not hard. These are very user-friendly. It's just crap brake a lot. That's the problem with Chevy. But let me take it on my test drive, make sure there's no check engine lights, and recheck it tomorrow so I can ship it off to the customer. We'll be good. So I'll be right back. I just got back off my test drive. I'm just gonna take my scanner so we can log in here real quick. Turn this light off. Still something from the last time I checked it initially. I shouldn't have to log in to check it again for the global part of it. I want to do it anyway. It'll still let you know if there's a code present at the top. The code's found 0. And there's one incomplete for the drive cycle. See if there's anything pending. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Okay. That was because I turned the key on with the mass airflow disconnected. This is pending. I want to clear them because it's probably unnecessary. I mean, it's hooked up. Barometric pressure sensor circuit. I know these cars have their own barometric pressure sensor. Intake air, heater circuit, because these are mass airflow related. I'm gonna take it on another test drive tomorrow, and I'm gonna leave those codes alone. I'll definitely check. But that's definitely because I disconnect the mass airflow sensor and turn the key in the on position. So just a brief look over. The water pump's fine. No leaks there. What was cool about that water pump, it had a clear gasket. I thought that was pretty neat. So we ain't got no leaks there. Here we're good. The valve cover is fine. Oil control, the VVT actuator. That's some residual oil from when I pulled it out. That's fine. Yeah, that valve cover gasket's pretty clean. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like I said, the mass airflow sensor just, I had it disconnected. I know some of the older models, the barometric pressure sensor set like in the corner of the intake. Just a random slot there. So we're good. I'm fine. Like I said, I'm gonna test drive it tomorrow, but if anything happened, I'll definitely update the comment section. Not the comment, but the description. Pretty good for that, because should be pretty trustworthy now. But anyway, if anything happened, I'll definitely update. Everything went pretty smooth. Again, it just felt like it was a long time probably because I was recording and stuff. But the car drives phenomenally. It drives really good. I tried a tape thing for the first time, but again, I mean, I think there's a little variance because of the age of the time belt and that stretches. So it worked. There's no codes related to the timing correlation, advanced or retarded. So we're good. We're good. That was my biggest concern. I'm not worried about that code, the pending codes, because I know what happened with that. But if anything happened, I'll definitely update. Hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, had to research some work. See you on the next one.